Yes. So I watched Secret Invasion episode 3. So I saw Secret Invasion episode 3, just to see how if it could possibly get worse, and it does. First of all, let me just state it. This is the worst Disney Marvel television show there, and I would gladly watch She-Hulk again over watching Secret Invasion. So we've talked about several things. The thing that comes out in this episode is unintentional, but stick with me here. You're gonna have to think about this one for a moment. So midway through the episode, we find a little bit about Talos and Nick Fury and their background, the beginnings at S.H.I.E.L.D., and what the discussion comes about, and what it reveals is that when Nick Fury was hired, the only way that he was able to rise up in the ranks of S.H.I.E.L.D. was because of Talos. So let's think about this for a moment. The reason Nick Fury was able to rise up through the ranks of S.H.I.E.L.D. was because a group of SKRULLs were in the background helping him out. Okay, so let's bring this to today, because this is for modern times. But let's see. So they hired Nick Fury. You know, we've already established in the first 2 episodes that he is kind of an affirmative action hire. And apparently he couldn't do the job, so he needed SKRULLs in the background to help him out. And then in the middle of this episode, Talos basically makes Nick Fury his bitch and tells him, "You need to thank me." And in the most aggressive manner possible, Talos basically stares him down with a mean voice, arm on his shoulder, and says, "You need to thank me or I'm gone." And Nick Fury caves in and thanks Talos for everything he's done. This is episode 3 of Secret Invasion. The great Nick Fury is a Skrull bitch.
Well, I'm first of all, I'm not surprised, because for some reason they brought race into this where it seems completely unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Nick Fury, at the time that Secret Invasion comes out, which is present day, at least in the Marvel universe, which I believe is, we're in the year 2025. He should have earned everyone's respect, you would think, but that's clearly not the case.
Yeah.
And I just, after those 2 episodes, I kind of pieced out. Maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I'll just binge it right before the final episode, so we can discuss the series. So I'm kind of surprised you actually did watch the 3rd episode.
Well, I mean, it's like with what they presented in the first 2 episodes, my curiosity was just like, how worse can it get? And I don't think this was intentional. I don't think they're trying to make an affirmative action statement, but this is the thing they did. This is the implication of it. And I've got to say also, the acting in this show across the board is just horrible. No, everyone looks like they're phoning it in. Like, no one really cares about their characters, or, Ben Mendelsohn, is that who that is? He's over emoting as Talos. Emilia Clarke, honestly, she's supposed to be this kind of kick-ass Skrull. She doesn't look like that. She looks like a small woman who doesn't really know what's going on. And there's a motorcycle stunt that is not a stunt. And, it's like, then there's all these inconsistencies, because, SKRULLs are shapeshifters. So why does their clothes shift as well as their body? And then there's a part where one Skrull is tailing another Skrull. That should be an easy escape. All you have to do is shapeshift into another person, and you can easily escape. But it's like there's just not a lot of thought. You know that the writers here have not read a comic book and don't understand SKRULLs. And spoiler alert, end of episode 2, we find out Nick Fury has a wife, and now we find out that the wife is a Skrull. She was always a Skrull. They just fell in love. And then this episode introduces the Super SKRULLs. And that's kind of what is going on here, is the SKRULLs are now are trying to power themselves. And that's this episode. I mean, this is just, again, I would watch any of the other Marvel stuff over this thing.
Yeah, I'm not interested. I think I'm going to take a pass on this, but we may talk about it when the series wraps up. Only 3 more episodes left.
Yay.
Only 3 more.
Yay. Even Olivia Colman is phoning this in.
Yeah, I felt that way from the actors. It felt like they were phoning it in. All right, Alan, well, thank you for that.